birthday, we brought... English is my first language. Why can't I speak it? So, if I was any average creator on this website, I would be standing here apologizing to you for the fact that I kind of went MIA the past couple weeks. But I have commitment issues and suck at everything I do, so I'm here with not much explanation, actually. The past couple weeks, I guess, have been a little bit crazy. I got a tattoo, I brushed my hair for the first time since January, but most importantly, I was able to surprise my best friend in Seattle. Okay, so let's rewind to last September. I was sitting around FaceTiming my best friend Rachel, and I decided that when I went to go see her the next summer, I wanted to surprise her. So I messaged her mom right away, and then this giant crazy plan started happening. It started off with just the fact that I knew I wanted to surprise Rachel, and I wanted to surprise her in front of the place we first met, which was the Paramount Theater. So that was fairly easy, but I didn't know how I wanted to do it. So after a lot of thinking and just knowing that I wanted to surprise Rachel, I finally got this idea in February of this year, where I wanted to get all of our friends into this giant countdown video for Rachel. I had a hard time figuring out how I was going to go about texting people, asking them, hey, can you send this video to me for this girl you've never actually met before, but I promise it's not weird. I didn't really know how else to do it though, so I just kind of started asking like that. And it worked. So, with the help of Rachel's mom and 2 of Rachel's friends who I'm now lucky enough to call my own friends back in Bainbridge Island, I was able to put together this video for her. It started off slow. I was getting people gradually, and soon enough, I was having videos sent in to me every single day. And before I knew it, I had over 100 people willing to help me surprise my best friend, and it was the coolest thing in the world. So after all of this, after I figured out what I wanted to do, I realized that I needed to get to Seattle. Probably should have thought about it a little bit more, but with a bit of thinking and drawing some blanks, it dawned on me that my friend Kara was going to see Shawn Mendes in Vancouver. So, with some talking and planning and a bit of budgeting, we decided that I was going to go see Shawn Mendes with Kara in Vancouver, and she was going to see him in Seattle the next day, giving me a ride there. So, the day after my 17th birthday, we got up bright and early and started our trip. We broke up the 14-hour drive to Vancouver by staying a night in Sorrento, BC with my aunt and uncle. And the next morning, we were up relatively early again to continue our trip to Vancouver to stay with my lovely friend Sarah and her parents, who were wonderful enough to have us stay with them. That afternoon, we explored Vancouver a little bit, with Sarah being our tour guide.
We have a brown one, if that's okay. I got one.
And then the next morning, it was time for Kara to meet Shawn Mendes. Kara had to get to the venue early to meet Shawn, so after we dropped her off there, Sarah and I went and kind of explored a little bit more, and then went to the show later when doors actually opened. Now, I'm not the biggest Shawn Mendes fan, but I was able to stand there and watch my friend enjoy her favorite artist, and that was incredible. And then the next day, July 9th, brought us to the big day. Today was the day I was going to see my best friend again after not seeing her since November of last year, and she had no idea.
We definitely got a picture of me on the first part.
Kara doesn't know how to work US borders.
The cameras are weird.
As far as Rachel knew, her and her mom were going into Seattle to have kind of a girls' day together. And that thought only really lasted the morning, because once they got off the ferry into Seattle from Bainbridge, they went to Starbucks and Teresa sat her down with this video that I took months to put together. After she sat through the entire 10-minute video, the last little bit of it gave her 3 hints as to where to find me. She put the pieces together pretty quick, and before I knew it, I was getting very excited texts. And so I was waiting at the Paramount Theater, and Kara was hiding to record the whole thing.
So I'm not in Calgary. How are you?
And so yeah, 295 days of planning and scheming and a little bit of lying got me there. I was there for 3 weeks, and it was genuinely one of the coolest 3 weeks I've ever had in my life. I met new people, I tried new things, I decided I wanted to go to film school and went to an open house for said film school. And I mean, it was wicked. That is the story of how I got over 100 people to help me surprise some nerd in Washington, and it is one of the coolest things I have ever done. So if you're watching this and you were one of those people that helped make that video a reality, thank you. Like, holy shit, like, it was so cool, and I couldn't have done it without the help of so many people. Even people that weren't directly involved in the video or the surprise, just people keeping it a secret and helping me lie. And it was the coolest thing ever, and I absolutely cannot wait to do it again. Watch out, Rachel.